If you're looking for something different, Farmhand Issue 1 is the book for you. Hey comic book fans, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer. Get ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision what comic books to buy. And today, guys, we're talking about a strange book. It's called Farmhand Issue Number 1. And this is written and drawn by Rob Guillory. Now, if you're not familiar with his work, he most recently got done doing Chew. Great artist. Went alongside with John Layman, who wrote that book, and now he's writing and drawing his own book. This book's artwork is absolutely brilliant, and Rob Guillory's artwork is very distinctive. You know his characters when he draws them. They're kind of cartoony. It's a good way. It's got great colors. And the cool thing about his artwork is whenever he draws like scenery or backgrounds, or like say someone's walking and they're inside a building and there's a poster behind you, you always got to read that stuff because there's some funny comments back there, things like that. It's an awesome looking book. So let's talk about Farmhand Issue 1. Why is it so strange? What made me pick this up was it was in the comic shop, and I didn't even know it was coming out. And I saw this weird book, and I recognized the artwork, and I'm like, Farmhand? And I looked inside, and I noticed that art. I was like, whoa, wow, this is awesome. So let's talk about it. So first thing is we meet this family called the Jenkins family, okay? They live on a farm, and they have this, their grandfather or their father or whatnot is this famous farmer, okay? And the son's name is Ezekiel, okay? And Mr. Jenkins is the old man farmer. And in the beginning of the book, we wind up seeing this dream that he has. And the next thing you know is he winds up waking up. And you get to see the entire family. You get to see this, you know, obviously the son, which is Ezekiel. You get to see the wife and the two kids. And they're going on a field trip to go see the grandfather. Now, they have not seen the dad in about 6 years, okay? So obviously there was a falling through with the family, okay? And so as we come to Freetown, we wind up getting to see that the Jenkins family farm is this like Disney World amusement park. It used to be just a family farm, and it's become this whole thing. So while you're reading this book, you're kind of like, you find yourself right away intrigued by this. You're like, what is this farm? What makes it so popular? So they go on this tour, and as this tour is going along, you're reading it, and you get to see the history of the Jenkins farm. And we find out that Mr. Jenkins, Farmer Jenkins, he found out that there was this bright light as he was digging in the soil this one day. And all of a sudden, it gave him this incredible knowledge. And he wound up coming through with creating a human stem cell. Okay? Where he could actually mass produce and farm body parts, whether it's hands, arms, eyes, whatever it is, okay? And it's very strange. And just the interactions between the family members and other people that are walking around, they're like, this is strange, this is weird, I'm not going to sleep tonight. It's absolutely hysterical. And then there's some other kids that are walking around the park, and they go to the Jenkins kids, and they're like, oh, I heard that old man Jenkins is the devil. And the next thing we wind up seeing is that there's a security breach. There's this kid that's trying to go through this homegrown section of the, or newly grown section of the facility, and he tries to take a sample. And we get to see that the security guards wind up taking him out. So old man Jenkins has to wind up interrogating this kid or whatnot. And he feels that everyone needs a second chance, that they all need to be one. Because what's going to happen is, you know, what if you don't come back with the information that you were hired to do, they're going to kill you anyway. So what happens is he gives him a sample. The kid was missing an arm, and he winds up giving one of his arms that he's growing on trees to the kid. And you get to see how painful the process is, okay? And he's like, now you're one with us, or whatever the case may be. So he sees that he lets the kid go, and he goes with his father, okay? And we get to see that the family wound up mending with each other. They wound up, working their issues out. The farmer, the dad wants the family to actually get together more often. Old Man Jenkins wants the family to actually work at the farm with them. So it seems like things have worked out. And that's how basically the issue ends. And then you get this epilogue about how you get to see the agent that hired the little ninja kid to do, to take samples from the farm. He winds up shooting himself, so you think. And then at the end, you wind up getting this page where you have the kid that got that brand new arm, and he's sweating, and he's looking at that arm. And so my thought process is once you get the Jenkins transplant, that Old Man Jenkins can control these body parts. That's what I'm thinking, because I think that this kid shot the investigator with his arm, and but it was meant to create like it was a suicide. So that's the issue. That's the story. So in case you're on the fence and you're not sure what this is, now you know what it is. Okay? Now, my final thoughts on the book. I thought it was awesome. This is so creative. This first issue is actually, in my eyes, more creative than Chew was. It is, I would have never thought that someone would come up with a farmer who can homegrown body parts and use it for good, right? So you think. Very interesting concept. All the character interactions were great. There was humor where there was needed. There was action where there was needed. So there was a fine balance between the entire issue. And all the characters are interesting. The kids are funny. The grandfather is intriguing. And it was a really, really good book. I loved it. And again, that artwork, you can't deny it. It's perfect. You just got to make sure you look in every little nook and cranny for those little Easter eggs that he does in there. So, at the end of the day, I'm going to give Farmhand a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I think you guys should pick it up. You might like it, especially if you're looking for something different out there in the comic book world. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of this book if you picked it up. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button so you don't miss a single video from me. And guys, until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and I'll see you real soon. Take care, guys. Bye.